Today, I have another listening practice video for you, and we're going to be studying some phrasal verbs. My name is Karen, and on my channel, I help you bridge the gap or close the gap between the English that you learn in the classroom and the English that's actually used in real life. If you're new to my channel and would like to learn some more real-life English, then make sure you press the subscribe button below so that you don't miss any of my future videos. A lot of people have said to me that they can't understand the Australian accent, so I've decided to create this listening practice series to help you so that you can better understand our accent and also so that you can hear some more real-life conversations. I chose today's conversation because they say quite a few phrasal verbs in such a short conversation. Now, I know a lot of English learners don't like phrasal verbs simply because there are just so many. And on top of that, one phrasal verb can have a few different meanings. So one phrasal verb can have, say, 5 or 8 different meanings. And the 2 or 3 words that make up the phrasal verb make up another phrasal verb. The 2 or 3 words that make up the phrasal verb sometimes don't even help you to understand the meaning of the phrasal verb. So yeah, I completely understand why you don't like them. But unfortunately, native English speakers use them all the time. So it's very important that you actually spend the time to learn them. In today's conversation, they say 4 phrasal verbs. I'm going to play it twice for you now at the normal speed, and I'd like you to listen out for these 4 phrasal verbs and see if you can understand what they mean in the conversation. I also just wanted to let you know that in the conversation, they mention a man named Chris and a Greek dish called spanakopita. Now, spanakopita is a type of pastry, and I guess it's sort of like a Greek spinach pie. Yeah, a spinach pie. And so spanakopita usually has spinach and feta cheese in it. It's really nice, and I highly recommend trying it if you haven't tried it before. Have you tried spanakopita? Let me know in the comments below if you have and what you thought of it. Anyway, that was just a small tidbit. Let's get on with today's conversation.
I missed you at the meeting the other day.
Yeah, I just didn't feel up to it after all.
You said you were definitely going to be there. You didn't back out because we ran into Chris, did you?
I just decided I can deal with it on my own. Something wrong?
Well, I guess I'm just wondering why you're here.
Well, I'm on my way to see Chris. Thought I might bring him some spanakopita.
I missed you at the meeting the other day.
Yeah, I just didn't feel up to it after all.
You said you were definitely going to be there. You didn't back out because we ran into Chris, did you?
I just decided I can deal with it on my own. Something wrong?
Well, I guess I'm just wondering why you're here.
Well, I'm on my way to see Chris. Thought I might bring him some spanakopita.
I missed you at the meeting the other day.
Yeah, I just didn't feel up to it after all.
You said you were definitely going to be there. You didn't back out because we ran into Chris, did you?
I just decided I can deal with it on my own. Something wrong?
Well, I guess I'm just wondering why you're here.
Well, I'm on my way to see Chris. Thought I might bring him some spanakopita.
I missed you at the meeting the other day.
Yeah, I just didn't feel up to it after all.
You said you were definitely going to be there. You didn't back out because we ran into Chris, did you?
I just decided I can deal with it on my own. Something wrong?
Well, I guess I'm just wondering why you're here.
Well, I'm on my way to see Chris. Thought I might bring him some spanakopita.
I missed you at the meeting the other day. Yeah, I just didn't feel up to it after all. You said you were definitely going to be there. You didn't back out because we ran into Chris, did you? I just decided I can deal with it on my own. Something wrong? Oh, well, I guess I'm just wondering why you're here. I'm on my way to see Chris. Thought I might bring him some spanakopita. Okay, now let's talk about these 4 phrasal verbs. But before we do, I just wanted to let you know that 2 of these phrasal verbs have more than one meaning. Like I said before, a lot of phrasal verbs actually have a few different meanings. But in today's video, I'm only going to talk about the meaning of each phrasal verb in the context of today's conversation. So what each phrasal verb means in today's conversation. It's very hard to learn all the different meanings at the same time, so I suggest that you just slowly learn them over time. At the start of the conversation, the first woman says, I missed you at the meeting the other day.
I missed you at the meeting the other day.
Then the second woman says, yeah, I just didn't feel up to it after all.
Yeah, I just didn't feel up to it after all.
Now, this is the first phrasal verb that they say in today's conversation, to feel up to something. Now, this phrasal verb only has one meaning, which is great because once you know what it means, then you're done with this phrasal verb. You don't have to think about it anymore. Now, the meaning. It means to be well enough or good enough to do something, and it's mainly used in negative sentences and in questions. You've been very sick, so you don't have to go back to work if you don't feel up to it yet. Do you feel up to going for a 3K run today? Now, a K is short for a kilometre, so 3Ks is 3 kilometres. 5Ks, 5 kilometres. So I'm asking you, are you able to do a 3-kilometre run today? The second phrasal verb that they say in today's conversation is to back out.
You didn't back out.
Now, this phrasal verb also only has one meaning, which makes things easier for you. And it means to decide not to do something after you said that you would do it. You said that you would help me move this weekend. You can't back out now. I think it's quite unfair to the organisers if you backed out of tomorrow's charity event. They're relying on the volunteers to help them. The third phrasal verb that they say is to run into someone.
Because we ran into Chris.
And here they're talking about running into that man named Chris. Now, to run into someone means to meet someone that you know when you weren't expecting to see them. Hey, I ran into your sister the other day. It was really good to see her. I haven't seen her in ages. We ran into Brendan and Katie when we went to the beach last weekend. Their son is so big now. Another phrasal verb that we can use here is to bump into someone. So I can use the same 2 examples and just use bump into instead of run into. They mean the same thing. Hey, I bumped into your sister the other day. It was really good to see her. I haven't seen her in ages. We bumped into Brendan and Katie when we went to the beach last weekend. Their son is so big now. So in the conversation, the woman asks, you didn't back out because we ran into Chris, did you?
You didn't back out because we ran into Chris, did you?
So she's asking, did you change your mind about going to the meeting because we met Chris that day when we didn't expect to see him? The other woman said that she would go to the meeting, but then she changed her mind. She backed out of the meeting after they unexpectedly met Chris. They didn't expect to meet him after they ran into Chris. And the fourth and final phrasal verb that they say in today's conversation is to deal with something. And here it means to manage something or to solve a problem. So you might have to deal with a problem at work or deal with a difficult customer. So you have to manage the problem or solve the problem that the customer has. You have to deal with them. In the conversation, the woman said that she has decided that she can deal with it on her own.
I just decided I can deal with it on my own.
So whatever her problem is, she has decided that she can manage it on her own. She can solve the problem by herself. She doesn't need anyone else to help her. Okay, we've talked about these 4 phrasal verbs. Now it's practice time. I'd like you to write down your own sentences using these 4 phrasal verbs. And if you'd like to share your sentences, you can write them in the comments below. No pressure though, only if you want to. Now let's talk about a few other things that they said in today's conversation. Let's go back to the beginning of the conversation. The woman said, "I just didn't feel up to it after all."
I just didn't feel up to it after all.
Now, after all, this is used for saying that something is true, despite what you said or planned before. Now that I've been studying English for a few years, it isn't so hard after all. Do you agree? Then the other woman says, "I mean, you said you were definitely going to be there."
You said you were definitely going to be there.
Now, I mean, this is informal and it's used for adding a comment or explaining what you just said or correcting what you just said. And sometimes it can even just be used as a pause to give you time to think about what you want to say next. And I also talked about pauses in this video, so check that out if you haven't watched it yet. So in the conversation, the woman was expecting the other woman to be at the meeting. So she was explaining why she was expecting the other woman to be there. So she said, "I mean, you said you were definitely going to be there." And the last thing that I wanted to mention was these 2 sentences that the second woman says. Now, leaving words out. To leave out is another phrasal verb, and it just means to not include something. So she leaves words out. She doesn't include words in her sentences here. And this is actually quite common in conversation, in spoken real-life English. So something wrong should be, is something wrong. Thought I might bring him some spanakopita should start with, I thought I might bring him some spanakopita. And we heard this in this listening practice video as well, if you remember. It's quite common in real-life casual conversation. And usually the words that are left out are the small ones, like I or you, is, are. Okay, we've learnt a few phrasal verbs today, both in the conversation as well as some phrasal verbs that I have said in today's video. And we also talked about a few other things that they said in today's conversation, or didn't say. Now let's listen to the conversation one last time at the normal speed and see if you can pick up more of the conversation this time around.
I missed you at the meeting the other day.
Yeah, I just didn't feel up to it after all.
You said you were definitely going to be there. You didn't back out because we ran into Chris, did you?
I just decided I can deal with it on my own. Something wrong?
Well, I guess I'm just wondering why you're here.
Well, I'm on my way to see Chris. Thought I might bring him some spanakopita.
Thank you for watching today's video. If you found it useful, please give me a thumbs up so that I know to make more videos like this one for you in future. And if you'd like to continue studying phrasal verbs, watch my video here where I give you some tips on learning them, and I also give you an example at the end of that video using quite a few phrasal verbs. So that video might be useful for you as well. Thanks again for watching today's video. Keep practicing, stay safe out there, and I shall see you next time. Bye.